Yo, peace. Yo, today I want to talk to y'all about the 50 Cent and Big Meech situation. I really don't want to get into the 50 Cent and Big Meech situation. I know I just said that, but what I will do is get into the 50 Cent and Lil Meech situation. You feel me, dig me? Everybody know that Lil Meech wrote 50 Cent a fucking letter, you feel me? So he wrote 50 a letter, like the letter was saying, I got the letter right here. Y'all see the letter right there? I got the letter right here. But he wrote 50 a letter saying that he wrote 50 Cent a letter saying that, like, yo, 50, you know how I do it, because remember when 50 Cent came to aid Big Meech, you feel me? Because Big Meech was lost in the jail, click-clacks on his wrist, locked down, facing 30 years, right? Nobody else stepped up. Rick Ross didn't step up then. Not that I'm against Rick Ross. I fuck with some of Ross music. But Rick Ross didn't step up at that fucking time and go save Meech and all that shit, or help Meech out. You feel me? I don't know what type of relationship that Rick Ross and Meech had. I'm talking about upon the time of Big Meech's and Terry's incarceration, when they got gobbled up with the BMF shit, right? But 50 Cent was the only motherfucker I seen step up and help Meech out. And y'all get in the comments, tell me what y'all think about that, right? But anyway, Big Meech had wrote a letter from jail. He called, left a message from jail, however the fuck he did it. And he was like, yo, 50 was the only one who was there for me and my family. Like, he ain't say I owe 50 the world, but he might as well said I owe 50 the world. He said, yo, the love that he showed me, I really ain't know this nigga. And he stepped up for real. So he was like, big shout out to 50 Cent or whatever, right? And he was like, you know, that he was praising 50 for his actions. Now, I know how it gets. Most motherfuckers, they, yo, thank you, bro, and all this others, you my man and all this shit when you helping them. But when you tell a motherfucker no once, that's when all the dumb shit comes into play, like you never looked out for a motherfucker. Now, I'm not saying Meech is like that, and I'm not saying that Meech is indebted to 50 forever, but what I am saying, we all saw this nigga step up and help you out when you wasn't able to help yourself. I don't know if you was able to help yourself, but if you was, you woulda. And you wrote the letter, or you made the statement saying, I'd like to thank 50, he was a real motherfucker, this and that. So, just in my personal opinion, and I don't know who owe who, whatever the fuck, you feel me? But if I was in that situation like Big Meech, which I'm not, but if I was in that fucking situation, I'd be like, good looking to 50. He held my son down while I was in jail and all that shit. And I probably wouldn't have fucked with Ross. But I get it. Cause Meech went from, as far as what I'm looking at, networth.com, Meech went from like 400, 500 million to net worth of 500,000. And now I'm just saying, that's just what they saying on the net worth shit. You feel me? The nigga might have 100 million, 600 million left. I don't know. But according to the government, where you pay taxes and shit like that, he went from having 500 million of drug proceeds and all that, 400 million, richer than all these motherfucking rappers except maybe Jay and Puff. And he might have been richer than them too. But now, according to the government net worth shit, he's only worth a half a ticket, $500,000. So if he only got half a ticket, almost every rapper's past that shit now. So I don't know, but Meech, he's in a good position. He's connected, whatever. And I'm not even gonna talk about the dirt they throwing in his name, but let's get back to what I will talk about. Lil Meech. Lil Meech, I'm not gonna say he didn't know his father, because he know who his dad is. He know who his father is. And I think Meech is a good father considering the situation that he was in, right? But they got a good relationship, him and his dad. Now put yourself in Shorty's position. Shorty is like, this is my dad. But his dad probably told him some shit. I'm not saying he did this for sure, but his dad probably told him some shit like, yo, that's Uncle 50. And Meech probably told him some shit like, yo, 50's looking out for you. Listen to the shit that 50's telling you, because he's the only motherfucker helping us out right now. I heard me say that myself. Like 50 was the only one that stepped up and really did right by him and his family. So put yourself in Lil Meech position. You seen when the kid got gobbled up with the gun at the airport? He was all scared. And yo, he's a young kid. Not saying he's a coward or nothing. I'm not disrespecting. He's a child. He's a young kid. I got sons older than him, but he's like, that's not my gun. My manager, and he's not into that type of shit. You could see it. It wasn't like Meech got caught or Blue or some nigga official from BMF. Not saying Shorty ain't official, but he's a child. You feel me? So anyway, getting back to the point I want to illustrate, he know 50 not better than his dad, but he know 50 good. This nigga put you in acting school for like a year, put you on a BMF show, coached you, gave you all kind of jewels that he would give his own sons or somebody in that position. So I think 50 was a honorable dude, and he was good money for that. But at the same time, 50's a calculated dude. This is my personal opinion. 50's a calculated dude from what I see through my observations. You feel me? And I'm from New York. I be all in Jamaica and all that shit. You feel me? But motherfucking 50 don't do nothing without pre-planning it. You feel me? You see how he wrote the shit with Robert Greene, the 48 Laws of Power. He wrote the 50th Law of Power. The nigga's about his serious shit. And then being in a situation where he got hit up 9 times, that alters your life because it makes you more bullheaded, more determined. See, average nigga, it can happen 2 ways. You could be getting out of line with whatever he was doing that got him shot 9 times. We all know that, right? But he be doing whatever he was doing to get out of line. And nigga tell you, straighten your shit up and fly straight or something gonna happen. And 50 was a hard-headed. And he got hit up 9 times. And he got even more bullheaded. You feel me? Some niggas just don't change. Like, and I'm not saying whether that be for the good or the bad. I'm talking about there's certain dudes like me. You can't implement fear in niggas like that. We not gonna get scared of you. And you're gonna put yourself in a bad situation fucking with people like that. They not gonna fold like a beach chair. And 50's one of them niggas that's not gonna fold like a beach chair. You see, even when he got hit up, and fuck the movie shit, I'm from New York. But when a nigga got hit up, he wore that like jewelry. That's the only thing he could do. He wore that like jewelry, right? But his bounce back, the nigga, he ain't have a lot of motherfuckers holding him down. Especially against whoever went up against him. Y'all know who went against him, right? But the nigga didn't have a lot of people holding him down. And he stood firm and perpendicular within his square and went against all that shit. And then it started working in his favor because Eminem got his back, Dr. Dre had his back. I'm not saying it, you know what I mean? But them niggas got long money. And then it ended up giving 50 an opportunity that made him get long money. And that catapulted 50 Cent into a total different position. Because if I have beef with niggas, and I'm gonna just put myself in a position, you know what I mean? But if I have beef with niggas, hypothetical situation, and I'm never getting my flesh torn, that ain't for me. But nigga got his flesh torn, and then I got in a position where I was holding like 200-300 million now. It's on, nigga. It's on. It's on. You see how the seesaw, my side was down. Down, my side went up. I got 300 million, whatever the fuck 50's worth. Oh, it's on with anybody. You feel me? And 50's connected enough in these streets. I could even verify that. 50's connected enough in these streets to make something happen to almost anybody. If he wanted to go all out like that. If he really crashed out, he could make shit pop. And look, 50's a special kind of nigga because of how he move. You can see how he be fucking navigating through the rap industry. But at the same time, any nigga with 300 million, all you gotta do is get a thinker around you. A nigga like me, get a thinker around you and pay the thinker for advice. And the thinker gonna tell you how to move. And then you calculate what the thinker tell you and just move appropriately, and you gonna smash out all your enemies. And that's just real shit. But I ain't here to give out game is to be sold, not to be told. But that's my take on the 50 Cent and Little Meech shit. The Big Meech shit I ain't getting into, because I don't know enough about that situation. And just certain shit I don't want to address, being the person who I am. But what I will address is that Little Meech, he got to chill around 50 3 or 4 years. The nigga sent you to acting school, came and got you, put you under his wing. Even though your dad had big wings, but he put you under his wing as well, and nobody can front on that. 50 Cent had his back, shaped him and molded him into a beautiful actor. And then the boy wrote you a letter from the sincerity of his heart, and he said, my dad came home kind of fucked up. Not in those words exact, but my dad came home in a messed up position after doing 30 years, 20-something years, whatever. And Rick Ross just seen an opportunity too to get cool with Meech. So he's like, hey, here go 3 million, 2 million or whatever. I don't know what he gave him, but he gave the nigga some money to get some clothes and get a new place and shit like that. Like, and he gave the nigga some money. So of course, I come home from a cage doing 20-something joints, a nigga hand me a unit, $1 million, or he hand me close to $1 million or 2 million. I'm appreciate that shit, especially after just coming home from a bed. Not saying the niggas is sucker and motherfuckers could buy me or they could buy Meech, but it's just real nigga shit. A nigga came out his bank account and gave your ass $2 million, $1 million, 500,000. That's some real love shit. And even if he got sucker motives like this nigga got position, he could help me out, or maybe this helps my name out. Whatever the fuck Rick Ross motives was, or even if his motive was honorably like, I'ma just do the right thing for a real nigga. That's all love. But I don't know, that shit between him and 50, they gotta work that out. But I think it put Little Meech in a fucked up position. But he gonna be all right. You know what I mean? So y'all get in the comments, tell me what y'all think. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, subscribe to this channel. KEEPLO. Peace.
Nigga said it was smoking, got hit with that brrrr. We catch a op, leave his face on the curb.